Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to replace a front hub on this 2005 Ford F-150. And we show you on the passenger side, but the driver's side is the same procedure. And the items you'll need for this is a new front hub from 1AAuto.com, a 13, 18, and 21 millimeter socket and ratchet with a piece of pipe for leverage, flat blade screwdriver, a pair of pliers, jack and jack stands, and a torque wrench. Pry off the hubcap. And then using your 21 millimeter socket and ratchet, loosen up each of the lug nuts. Pull off this cap with a pair of pliers. And then loosen up this 13 millimeter nut. Now raise the vehicle and remove the lug nuts the rest of the way. And remove your wheel. Turn the wheel so you can access the brakes better.
To make it easier to get the caliper off, just take a large screwdriver and kind of put it into the brake disc and pry out. You don't have to move it far, just enough to help you get things apart. And then we're going to remove the two 13 millimeter bolts here and one up here.
Push in the slides on the bracket and then pull the caliper up and off. And now pry out your brake pads. And now remove these two 18 millimeter bolts on the back of your caliper bracket. And we'll just fast forward as Mike removes those. Put one of the lug nuts back on and then tap your rotor. And then remove the lug nut and pull your rotor free.
The ABS harness connection is under the hood, but actually you can reach it. It's easier to reach it from underneath. And you can see I'm reaching up through the inner fender and pressing on the tab and pulling it apart. It does take a little bit of force, but you can get it.
If everything here is wire tied, make sure you disconnect that and then just pull this clip out at the top of this harness. And then you want to remove these four 18 millimeter bolts. Two on that side and two over here. And we'll fast forward as Mike removes both of those, and you can see he uses a piece of pipe for some extra leverage. Now remove that 13 millimeter nut the rest of the way. And you want to make sure that it can push in and out. That means your axle is going to disconnect from the hub. Now twist in one of those 18 millimeter bolts, just partial way, so this doesn't go flying when you hammer it. You just want to hammer it to loosen it up a bit more from the wheel knuckle. Then remove that bolt, and your hub should pull free. On the right is the old hub, on the left is the new one from 1AAuto. You can see they're identical and they'll fit exactly the same. Here's a front shot. You can see, same thing, they look identical.
Okay, so I just wiped any dirt off of there or anything. Some bearing grease. And grease up the set of bearings that's right inside here. Okay, and then just apply a light coat. to the engaging wheel for the four-wheel drive here. Okay, the harness lead faces the back. Get it in place.
And we'll fast forward as Mike replaces the rest of those bolts and then tightens all of them up. And you want to torque each of those 4 bolts to 95 foot-pounds. Now replace that 13mm nut and tighten it up. And then just torque that to 20 foot-pounds. Take your ABS wire and unclip it. And then you want to just push this into that bracket right there. Replace this small cap. Put the rotor into place. And then replace a lug nut to just hold it in place while you put the caliper bracket back on. Now put the brake caliper bracket back into place and replace the 2 18mm bolts that hold it there. We'll fast forward as he tightens those up. And then you want to torque both of those to 95 foot-pounds. Put your caliper back into place. And then replace those 2 13mm bolts and tighten them up. Now torque both of these to 25 foot-pounds. Reconnect this clip on the ABS harness. And then just work your way down the harness, reclipping in to each of those clips. Remove the lug nut. And then put your wheel back into place. Then replace each of the lug nuts and tighten them up preliminarily, then lower the vehicle and tighten them the rest of the way. Torque each of the lug nuts to 110 foot-pounds in a crossing pattern. Replace your hubcap. Now come up here and reconnect your ABS harness. And after doing any work on the brakes, you just want to pump the brake pedal until it firms up, and then do a stopping test from 5 miles per hour, then 10 miles per hour.
We hope this video helps you out.
brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.